What is going on, guys? Grave here. Today I'd like to talk about the server locations for Battlefield 6. Now keep in mind, this is not the finalized list from EA, but this is kind of just giving us a general idea of where their servers are going to be located. They could add or change some of these before or after release. If they do, I will make an updated video for that down the road. But let's go ahead and talk about these server locations. In the Americas, we'll have North, Central, and South America. I am assuming those will be broken down once you're inside of the United States, like they have been in the past, where you have some on the East Coast, some kind of in the central part of the United States, and some on the West Coast. They did not go into that much detail here, but I would guess that's how they would be. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that's pretty much been the case for the last several Battlefield games, so I'm guessing they're going to kind of follow that same idea. For anything overseas, we have European servers, a server in the Middle East, Africa, Oceanic, and Asia. Now, the one big topic here, of course, has been the lack of a server browser in the base game of Battlefield 6. We know there's going to be a server browser inside of the portal. A lot of people have taken to Reddit, X, pretty much anywhere on social media and talked about this, and the devs have been responding, and I give them big props for that because they have been answering a lot of questions, wanting to know, why people want it, what the benefit is of it compared to how they're going to do it now. Because we know in Battlefield 2042, if you go in, you click whatever game mode you're going to play. So we'll use Conquest, for example. Once you click Conquest, you're then going to be, searching for a match and placed into a match. So a lot like other first-person shooter games out there when it's matchmaking, even though it's putting you into a server that's, something that you used to get access through a server browser. That is kind of the new system they went with. And a lot of people do not like that. Now, we do know that the portal will have a server browser inside of it. And I think a lot of people's thoughts is the portal is going to be all kind of crazy game modes and stuff like that. And it could be, but I would assume we would have official game modes within inside the portal from EA. So it might be 1 week Conquest with no vehicles. It might be 1 week smaller or larger scale fights with, with or without vehicles, something like that. But I think as well, you'll probably see people start making their own kind of game modes inside of the portal with maybe max tickets, kind of like we saw in the past where people used to could rent servers and you could have your own server like inside of Battlefield 3, for example. We may start seeing things like that, and I think a lot of people would enjoy that. The way you could have a game mode that's tailored more towards certain maps or a certain mode, and it would have the server browser option there, so you can actually search those game modes and see where that server is located. Because in my opinion, that's the best thing about the server browser to me. If we use the system we have right now, I could be thrown in any game inside of the United States, and it could be on the complete opposite side of the United States of me. The great thing about the server browser was I could go in and actually filter it down to servers closer to my location. That way I would have a better gaming experience. And I think that's the big reason a lot of people want the server browser back into the game. We might eventually get something added in later down the road. But as of right now, it seems like they're pretty much sticking to what they're already saying. That the server browser will be in the portal, but they're going to go with the same system that we kind of had in 2042 within Battlefield 6 when searching for a game. So we'll have to wait and see kind of how that changes down the road. There's been a lot of conversation, like I said, between the devs and the community. But the one thing I know a lot of you probably are going to ask as well is, will all these servers be able to be populated? Because in the past, it seemed like everyone was playing in the North American servers because some of the other server options, especially overseas, were not ever getting populated. And that was a big issue, I know, for Australian players in 2042. After the game had been out for a little while, they pretty much could not ever get in a match. And that is another great thing about the server browser. At least you can see other server locations, even if it's not right there where you're at, that may have a good enough connection that you can play in, and that it will have players available inside of those servers. Where if you're looking for a match and it's not finding anything and you get put in there with bots, and we do know that bots will be in Battlefield 6 if the server does not fill up, that's something that a lot of people don't like, and I agree with that. I think that's not the greatest idea, but without a server browser, I think that's kind of their answer. We'll have to wait and see, but leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts about this. Do you like the way that they're doing it, or would you rather have just a straight up server browser in the game and that's how you choose? Or would you like to have both options, what we're going to have, and maybe a server browser as well with the main game and not just in Portal? Leave me a comment with your thoughts, and of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.